Okay, here we are with another kit. So this, I'm calling it a tree house because I think that would be cool. You have a page with 2 pieces of a tree. You got to use your scissors. You get a little triangle sponge. You got to get your water out and put it in your water dish. You got your paper towel and you got your tray. Now mine's been used, but it's clean, so I can use it. Always you start with your paintbrush. You get it wet and you tap it both sides on your paper towel. Now I don't have my paint out, so just a sec. Okay, so there I have my colors that I want to start with right there. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color the green of the trees. So I'm just going to take one side of the paintbrush in light green and one side in dark green. One side in dark green, one side in light green. Dark green, light green. Can you see me do that, I hope? Dark green, light green. So your brush looks like that. You want to keep them on the same side. The dark on the dark side, the light on the light side. Dark, light. Keep going. Okay, so I'm going to finish both of these trees, and I'm going to do the base of my tree house because that's green. That's the grass down there, right? Corner in dark, corner in light. And then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm just at the end of my second tree here. Dark and then the light. And just go around where you need to go. Just turn your brush. It doesn't matter which side touches the paper first, or the inside or the outside, because this is just going to give your tree some depth. And one thing I forgot is don't forget the bottom of the stand as well, because it's grass too. All right, so that's the grass. Guess what we're on to next? You got it. The browns. We're going to start and we're going to do the tree trunks. So I got to clean the green out of your brush. Dry it on the paper towel. There's still a bit of green in there, but you know what? I'm going into brown. So brown will be fine. And now I'm just going to go with solid brown. I got to turn my brush sideways to get it in these little branches here. Just like that. A little bit more paint. Remember, don't go too far up your bristles with that paint because it'll get stuck in the furrow. All right. There we go. We got some branches here. Now, what else is wood on our treehouse? This. This is the tree. So we want to paint that brown as well. Paint the whole thing brown. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back with some other colors so we can make it kind of look like bark. All right. Okay, brown, brown, brown. Now we're going to come back. I'm going to go with this first because it was the first done, although that's kind of thin brown, so I might just put some more brown on that guy. Put some more brown on him. All right. So this isn't totally massively covered. There's some streakies and stuff. But what I'm going to do is I have black and I have yellow. So I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm going to touch it half in the black and half in the yellow without taking the brown off. And I'm just going to make, and I'm going to go with the small part of my brush. So the skinny end. And I'm just going to go like this, like streaks. And that yellow, don't really love it in the first piece there. But you know how bark is kind of lines? Right, let me take some of that yellow out. And just make it look like bark. And you know what you could do too? Is you could put a little hole, you know, like when branches are off somewhere, put a hole, maybe we can pretend a squirrel or an owl lives in there. Okay, what do you think of that? And guess what? Here we go. I'm going to do that on here too. Maybe tap my brush off once because maybe it's a little bit too much paint. There we go. We'll make some streaks here. Some streaks. Streaks are the bark. You kind of do one there, then do one there, then do one there. That's it. That's all you have to do to make it look cool. Add some little bark lines. Oh, need more paint on that because that's still wet. There we go. One there, one there. Do this one till it's seen. Maybe one up here. All right. I'm going to let that dry. Okay. Move it over to the side and wash this off. Next, I'm going to start painting the treehouse. Okay. So the colors I've chosen are, there we go. Got my paint on my tray. I'm going to use turquoise, blue, it's kind of an indigo color, orange, and yellow. Oh boy, let's be creative. So I can't hold the tree because it's still wet because I didn't wait. Okay, I better clean my brush out nice. Remember, you go like this in your water. Flat, 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 flat. Okay? That way you're not wrecking your bristles. Touch it off. Ooh, that was good washing. Good washing. Okay, I'm going to start with my lightest color, yellow. Let's see. Let's do this front yellow. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Yellow at the front. That's the entrance. Okay. Then I'm going to choose another couple colors and I'll meet you back here in a minute or two. Oh, I'm back. I'm just doing my final touch-ups. What do you think? That's mine. I'm curious to see what colors you chose. I hope you send us a picture so then we can post it on our page. I'm just painting the inside of this. Oh, just need a little bit more paint. There. That's that so far. Now, what should we do? What should we do? How about we could make some shingles on the roof? Well, let's do that. We got some brown. We'll try to do that. Take the brown just on the very tip of our brush. Oops, very tip of our brush. Like that. And I think they kind of go like this, kind of like bricks. You don't have to be perfect. Just kind of like this. I like that even when it's partly worn out. It looks not too bad. Maybe tap some of it off there. Oops, that's pretty dark. All right. There we go. Oh, my husband's home. Hi, honey. We're just putting some shingles on this. tree fort. All right. If you follow your lines around, you can get it all the way around. There we go.
Ellie Mae. Ellie Mae.
All right, 2 more sides to go. Okay, there's all 4 sides. That looks pretty good. I like it. All I did was I tapped my brush, make the straight lines. All right, now decisions. What's next? Well, I tell you what we're gonna do. I do have this sponge, and I got it so that to put in the kit, so that if you wanted, you could have tapped your sponge in the 2 greens instead of put it on your brush. Some people will like to do that. And then you have to have a spot where you touch it off so you don't put too much on the project. And then you tap it. So you could have done this on the trees. Sorry, I didn't. You had 2 options. Yeah. So that's that. And then I'm going to go back to here because we need to cut these out. So let's cut them out. And just like that, they're cut. All right. Now, these are going to go the back of your tree fort, okay? So you can tell that it's a tree fort because it's in a tree. You're going to have one lower, mostly on the tree itself, and then you're going to put one a little bit higher. So you've got to glue those on, okay? You see that okay? Like that. And you know what would be so much fun? If we had pom-poms and, oh, wait a minute. And we put some pom-poms on those trees as the leaves that are coming in right now. And it would be really cool if it was in the fall and we could put some apple pom-poms on, or some orange pom-poms for people who have go to Florida. So we'll have these pom-poms and we'll glue those on when we glue these pieces on. So this is a little messy, but I'm gluing mine to the top of the house up here and to the bottom of the branch down there. I guess I should move my paint out of my way. Like that. And I'm going to bring this one in and the glue on it. Glue on it and put it right here, right on that other one. And we're going to let them sit there for a little bit, maybe hold in a couple spots. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with how that worked out. It takes a while to hold it though. And one other thing we need for a tree fort, oh, I gotta put my pom-poms on, is a ladder. So let's see. We gotta do some pom-poms. My tray is way over here. Oopsie. Sorry. All right. Tray. Okay. Pom-poms. Pom-pom. Glue. On. Pom-pom. On. Pom-pom. Nice. I'm happy with this. Pom-pom. Can you see the beautiful pom-pom leaves? It's fun. Put some on the other side over here. Dip in the glue. There we go. Some light ones and some dark ones. Oh my goodness, this is a beautiful kit. All right, there we go. Put one up at the top there. All right, so I'll set that aside so it can dry. Better set it flat. All right, so we have 2 of these, 3 of these. These have points on them. Sorry, I have my adult scissors out. Cut those off. And then cut it in half. Oopsie. 1, 2. Don't need the points. Oops, 3, 4. They fly. You gotta watch where they go. Oops. Flew right over there. All right, now I have all these steps. So what I'm gonna do, well, I got my glue out. So I'm gonna put glue on both ends of this by dipping it both ends. Oh, gracious. And then I'm gonna put it on my ladder. Okay, I'm gonna do that all the way. And then you can choose a paint color. Ladder, and okay. So there we go. I chose all the colors. Ta-da! And I actually had to, sneak in the glue gun and glue it so I could finish my video. Okay, so I didn't use one rung of the ladder. I didn't use one pom-pom. You can use whatever you want. And then you can just put your ladder, glue your ladder on. Let's see which way works better. That way or this way? That way works good. So, I don't have my glue stick out here. Would have been so handy. I'm gonna put my glue here. Can you see that? I'm putting the glue here on the corner. And I'm gonna put the glue on the bottom of the feet, the ladder. All right, here we go. I'll have to have something to hold that there, like me maybe. And there you have it. Tree house. Tree house. Have fun.